Welcome to TOEFL Tuesdays with me, Lucas from Magoosh. Today we're going to talk about taking notes on the TOEFL. This is a really important skill for the TOEFL, and you don't see it in the names of the subsections of the test, right? You don't see it as reading, listening, speaking, and writing, so where's the note-taking? Just in the listening section, right? No, actually, you need to take notes for, well, a lot of the test. Listening, of course. Speaking, because there are 4 speaking tasks that have you listen first. And writing, because one of the 2 essays is about a lecture that you hear. And those recordings that you listen to, well, they can have a lot of information and be very quick. So in order to remember all the information and to stay focused, really, it helps a lot to take notes. I very much recommend that you take notes. Do not think that you can rely just on your memory. Taking notes also helps you to stay focused, because when you have your pencil in your hand and you're actually thinking about what I should write next, then you have to think about what the person is saying so that you can then put it on the paper. It's much easier, on the other hand, if you're not taking notes, to sort of drift off and think about something different. It's easier to actually just focus on your paper and the topic and the main ideas if you're taking notes. Now, that's why you take the notes, so that you can stay focused and so that you can get all the information. But how should you take the notes? Well, there are a few ways that you can do it faster than just writing everything you hear, right? You don't want to write every sentence. For one, shorten words. So instead of writing out the word exclusively, for example, you could just write a much shorter EX. Or draw pictures. You're not going to write the word circle if you can just draw a circle. And use arrows to show cause and effect. Use dollar signs to show money. Any symbols that help shorten it are good. Anything you can do to make it faster and shorter is good. That includes, by the way, simply stopping your notes in the middle of the sentence, in the middle of the line. Because you only need to understand these notes for a couple of minutes. Nobody else needs to understand them. So if you suddenly realize that the speaker, the lecturer that you're listening to, is talking about something different than what you're writing and you are missing information, then just stop that line, stop that sentence, stop that word, and listen instead so that you can write the next thing in the notes. That helps it to be shorter as well. How much notes should you actually take, though? Well, you want to take short notes in that you have short words too, but how many of the details should you actually try to write down? There's a lot of detail, as I said. Should you try to write down every detail you hear? Some students try to, but, well, you can actually very easily lose track of what you're listening to, what you're hearing, if you're writing all the time. It's hard to listen and write at the same time. So I always say, listen, then write. Listen, then write. Listen, then write. And in doing that, you also want to try to focus on structural notes, getting the main ideas, the main topics. So you're not just writing all the details, but you're writing the structure of the total lecture or the total conversation. Some notes are helpful. Too many notes are hurtful. How to find the perfect balance, just the right amount of notes. Start by doing a few practice tests and, in the listening sections, experimenting with different amounts of notes. Then, once you've found the right amount for you, try to take more. Learn to take more and do it faster through practice. So once you find that comfortable medium, push it and try to make it a little bit more difficult by taking more and more notes. And as you practice that, you will train up to writing more information, which will help you on test day. Thanks for listening. Happy studying.